Afternoon Express, where we are back in the kitchen, baby. We are setting you up for the most romantic Valentine's Day inspired menu. Dumi, it seems like you got something for the lovers again.
I definitely do, and it just reminded me of that movie Lady and the Tramp, so I figured why not do something for our lovers this Valentine's.
Well, let's get into it. Our chicken pasta is packed full of intensely satisfying flavors. Paprika-coated chicken cooked in a creamy Clover dairy snack tomato sauce with hints of smoky bacon. This is perfect comfort food that will have you pleasing your Valentine.
Hey.
Now that's what I'm talking about, girl.
Pleasing, pleasure. Oh, we want it on your tongue. We want those flavors to be delicious. And chef, I see that we're using paprika and salt and pepper on the chicken. Is there a reason why we've kept it this simple?
I mean, salt and pepper is really the simplest seasoning that you can have. Brings out and enhances the flavor in any case. What I love about paprika, though, it gives a pop of color.
Yeah.
So when you're frying, roasting your meat, or, you know, you really want to add a bit of paprika.
I agree
for that color.
I agree with you. I think I hardly ever cook any dish without the paprika in there, Palisa.
Nailed it! My favorite, and something that I've also really enjoyed doing with the paprika is, girl, listen to this, adding it to some smoothies in the morning, adding it to, like, you make cayenne pepper, hot water, lemon, honey for taste, go. I'm telling you, that stomach's gonna be on flat, girl.
I think this girl needs an apron.
But here, I know, but here we're adding it to a pasta dish. Now, Dumi, you spoke about Lady and the Tramp. Speak about keeping things romantic.
We are keeping it romantic, and I know with Lady and the Tramp it was a meatball dish, but we're keeping it a bit lighter with our chicken here, so you don't have to all that admin of making the meatballs. All you do is literally season, like what Chef Uzandi is doing there. Salt, pepper, and some of that paprika. But then the spaghetti part, we want a beautiful, tasty sauce, and it starts off with some garlic that I'm going to add into my pan. And I think for Mina, most Italians would say this, is it really a pasta without garlic, you know?
Never. I'm so glad you agree.
Yeah,
Never.
so we need to make sure we add that flavor there. And what I've done here is I've added my garlic too there because I wanted to infuse into the oil so that everything that I add thereafter basically has that garlicky flavor on there. And then into this, I go in with my mushrooms, some tomato.
You go, chef. You go, chef.
We are bringing the flames to this kitchen. We are setting the love alight for all our lovers this Valentine's.
La, you definitely are sparking a couple of flames in the kitchen here. But Dumi, this is very, very important. You already went in with a very hot pan.
Yeah.
And now, does that do anything for the dish? Is it important, or are we able to build it up from a simmer?
You can build it up from a simmer, but as you can see, the ingredients I've added here are some garlic, I've added some mushrooms and some bacon. So you want to make sure that when those hit the pan, they start cooking immediately, because we've mentioned about your mushrooms. You don't want them looking grey. So you want that beautiful sauteed, charred color on the outside, and that's what we were going for. But now that's one step done, and also this helps with letting the juices from the tomatoes just release so beautifully and tastily in there. And then we go in with our tomato sauce and let that cook down.
Zandi, I was actually going to say, maybe we should start adding some oil to your pan, because it actually looks hot enough. I can already see it smoking a little bit.
And then another thing is I see you're using olive oil. That also works perfectly there because, like we said, we want a nice sear on our chicken. Once it's hot enough and it's got that beautiful sear, you can turn it down and let it cook down as well. But then, you know why we're making this? We're calling this a creamy pasta. And it starts off with this tomato base, and the creaminess comes from our Clover Classic Dairy Snack. And the reason for that, it's another marriage of flavors over here. You've got the tanginess of the tomatoes that just pop in color, and then you've got the creaminess of the, you know, Clover Classic Dairy Snack, which sort of like mellows it down like any other couple, you know? There's that one fiery one, this one that, you know, pops and everyone knows about. And then there's that one subtle, relaxed one, you know, that keeps everything under control. And this is what our Clover Classic Dairy Snack is.
I love that question. I mean, Zandi, in any relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic one. However, feel free to answer regardless. Who are you? Are you the mellow, smooth, calm one, just like our Clover Dairy Snack? Or are you the hot, fiery one like the paprika?
Take a guess.
Hot, fiery.
Definitely.
I love that. And that's what it is all about. And on your side, you've got the chicken coming very, very, very well. We've already put down the heat of your pan. But what are you looking forward to when it comes to the perfect chicken breast?
I think for chicken breasts, they dry out very quickly. So you don't want to overcook them. number one. But you do want to make sure that they actually cook through.
Yeah.
So if they do dry out, add a little bit of olive oil just so they're moist. But definitely don't overcook.
Okay.
Another tip as well is you're going to be making a dish like this where you cook your chicken beforehand. Let it cool down before you add it to the rest of the dish so that it doesn't release too much of its liquid. You can even cook it slightly less so that when you add it back in here, then it's not overcooked. So I've got some that we made a little earlier, and like I spoke about the creaminess, this is where our Clover Classic comes in. It's going to allow the rest of the dish to basically hug the chicken as we add it in there. I mean, adding this to any dish, whether you're adding it to a savory or sweet dish, this is the creaminess of the dish. It's high, it's got 10 vitamins in it. It's really perfect for any type of creamy dish you're trying to make.
I almost had a Lady in the Tramp moment myself. The spaghetti is al dente, cooked perfectly, making sure that it's to the tooth. And even the chicken on your side, Winazandi, it's succulent and it definitely packed all the flavor that you promised.
Smells delicious. It's indeed, yes. I can now.
Absolutely. Now, if you want to eat this now, just head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. Yes, ladies, absolutely delicious.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic.
The classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.